Betty Bangles has blazed the trail in the drag world, landing herself a hosting gig in the South African TV industry. And during the week, Betty is Bernard, and you can catch him at his salon, turning everyday women into swans. And also on weekends, you can catch her on stage, captivating audiences with her one-woman show. It's such an honor to have you, Queen.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing, Betty?
I'm so good.
You look so fabulous.
Thank you. I basically look good in anything. This is actually just a duvet with glitter.
The creativity is amazing. It's on another level.
Thank you.
So you're from the small town of Mokopane?
Yes.
In Limpopo?
Yes.
So how does a young Bernard growing up in Mokopane come across drag?
You run away after school and you find it elsewhere.
So you found it in Joburg?
Yes, I didn't find it there. Although I did do a little bit of drag in my living room for my parents. I used to do, I don't know if you remember a movie called Panic Mechanic.
Yes, yes.
And there was a song in I'm Blonde. And I used to put up broomsticks in the living room with a blanket and stuff, like a makeshift stage. And I used to perform that for my parents.
And what did they think?
And they loved it. And when people come to visit, they was like, "Ah, do I song for Tannie Marty?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, didn't you know? I mean, that was like so many red flags, and not red flags, but some kind of like gay flags.
Yes.
And they never knew.
But since now you've been doing it for 20 years, how do they feel?
Not 20. I'm like,
not getting your, no, we're not
only
giving away your age.
17. Only 17.
Only 17.
Only
years.
17 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are they cool with it? Is the
They
community in
are, they
Mokopane
are.
cool with it?
It's strange. Some are cool with it, some are not. I'm actually having my, well, here comes to 20 years now, my 20-year school reunion on the 15th of September. And so that will be interesting to see
Who are you
how...
going as?
No, no,
Betty?
me. No, not me,
As
as
Bernard.
Bernard. Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't think they're ready for Betty. No. Sorry, I just have to fan, otherwise I look like a water feature. Yeah, so it will be interesting to see how the people I went to school with react. And I mean, obviously, I mean, if they follow social media, they'll know.
Yes.
So it will be interesting to hear the reaction and the opinions. And
I'm sure they'll love it.
yes, but it's still it's a small town. I mean, small towns, they change, but very slowly. In all situations, not only gay. I mean, being in South Africa, small towns tend to be a bit behind.
Yes.
I'm not calling them behind, but yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of confusion when it comes to how people identify and the kind of things that people do as passions.
Yes.
So some people might be confused between, especially if they're not aware of what it means to be transgender, and then they might confuse that with drag. Can you help us with that distinction?
That's what I also tried to do with my TV show.
Yeah.
I wanted to show the people, especially the Afrikaans community, that drag is just a hobby or a job, or just like it's something you do. It's not who you are.
Yes.
Where transgender, that is your being. And I'm not transgender, and I don't have any problems with transgender people, but people confuse the two. So they think, oh, he's wearing a dress, he wants to be a girl.
Yes.
And I'm very happy being a man. But yeah, so I always try to give that message out to people.
Right. You obviously have to have a lot of skills. I expected suitcase upon suitcase, a team of people just swanning and faffing around you the whole time. But you did all of this.
I did, yes.
So you have to have a lot of skills, talent, lots of talent for makeup, for hair.
Yeah, well, hair, I mean, I'm a hairstylist by day, so that helps to klits the bola. And the makeup, I mean, this didn't happen overnight. I mean, when I just started out, I used to call myself Bernice.
Oh, Bernice Bernard. I can see that.
No, you don't want to see that. Bernice looked as sad as she sounds.
Oh.
No, it was terrible. But over the years, it evolved, and I went bigger with the makeup and eventually got more polished.
So who is Betty?
Who is Betty?
Yes. Like what kind of... What is she into? What is her character?
Betty's into men. No, I'm joking. Well, no, I'm not joking, but you know. Betty is very, some will call her slightly bitchy, But I just call her honest.
Right.
I mean, there's a fine line between
There
being
is.
bitchy and being honest.
There is.
And sometimes I cross it. But yeah, she's complete opposite than Bernard.
Really?
Completely.
Yes, because we've
Bernard
seen-
is quite shy and quite the introvert, actually.
So this allows you to show the other
Yeah,
side to your
to
character.
say what I want and to do what I want.
Because
And
you have license when you're Betty.
license to drag.
So how's it changed over the years? As you said, in the 17 years, I'm sure you've seen changes in the business.
Oh yes, well, drag in general.
Yeah.
It changed tremendously. I mean, like you said earlier, RuPaul changed this drag scene completely. Drag used to be something that you get dressed and you quickly jump in the car, go to the club, and then go home and no one can see you outside of the club.
Yeah.
And
or even know your real identity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And now, I mean, you dress up and be on TV. And so it really changed over the years and it's more accepted. And that comes with having knowledge about it.
Yes.
So people are very ignorant about stuff if they don't know what it's about. So just allow yourself to be open and get the knowledge.
Yes, get with the knowledge, get with the changes in the world. So we see you now like this, but earlier on, you treated us to a performance. What is your show like? What do you do?
My show is very, I love Broadway. I live for Broadway. I dream about Broadway. So most of my songs have a touch of Broadway in it.
Yes.
So it's either a Broadway number I'll perform or making fun of a Broadway star, like I did earlier with the Sarah Brightman number, which pokes fun of the star. So I like to do comedy, but not in-your-face slapstick comedy.
Right.
Like a twist of a word here and there, or a wink of the eye, or a bit of innuendos here and there.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, luckily we got to catch you and pre-record it and we'll be playing it in a minute. But we actually have a caller for you. Dinyego, welcome to Real Talk. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. I'd like to know, he said, hello, everyone in studio.
Hi, Dinyego.
I'd like to know, he talked about men doing drag. So I'd like to know, are there women also doing drag? Like, are there women acting as men
Ah, I see.
in the
Okay.
drag community?
Fantastic. Thank you for the question, Dinyego.
Yes, definitely there are. They actually call themselves drag kings. And on that also, I mean, there's lots of women that does drag like we do. There's a few well-known ones in the States.
Right.
But yeah, women that dress up as men, they call themselves drag kings.
Yes.
Yes.
And they are there.
Yeah.
But also, some people also go for characters that aren't necessarily specific to a particular gender. Because some are almost like futuristic characters.
Yeah, like more
androgynous
androgynous and
characters.
yes.
So it's all about the creativity
Yes,
that you bring
and
into
that's
it.
what's so fun about drag. Doesn't matter if you drag as a man or as a woman, there's no rules.
Yes.
Someone asked me the other day, what's the big no-no in drag? There are no no-nos.
Right.
Because you create a character and who can say to you that, oh no, you can't do that for your character? I mean, it's your character. So there's no no-nos in
Yes,
drag. You
that's
can do whatever
incredibly
you want.
liberating,
You can
eh?
do whatever look you want. If you want to draw eyebrows going up to your scalp,
Hairline.
do that.
It's how
So,
you
yeah.
interpret it. Well, you know what, Betty? I have been waiting for this moment. You did your performance earlier on, and now we'll get to show it to our viewers. Thank you. Thank you for the treat.
Thank you so much.
And with that, let's take you to a moment, the performance that we recorded a little bit earlier on with Betty Bangles.
And now, direct from her concert tour, the ex-Mrs. Lloyd Webber, Sarah Brightman.
Time I said goodbye, my welcome is wearing thin. Oh! ribbon.